We should be good to go. Let's see, what do we need to do? We need to head out here and an unwelcome guest. Enter the ocular.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands.
Hello, no cake.
Laxan Loft here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships. Laxan Loft here. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
My lord, I am come with the Yulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round.
Min yndlingsdansker.
I do not wish to show our hand prematurely.
Wolf.
Forgive me this liberty.
Hello, Wolf. How are you doing?
Vanish. Enter. Well.
Once
Commander of the Yulmoran
half a
army
year or
himself.
so, Wolf.
To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmore's interest in this?
His benevolence, Lord Vorthry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin-Eater.
I'm good.
That the Crystarium is guilty of
Just
abetting the villains
trying to
responsible for
get
this
into the story
outrage.
here at the moment as well. So,
My lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
finally some voice acting.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Yulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin-Eaters changes nothing.
How about you, Wolf? Is everything well as well?
Maggots and its rotting corpse, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry. In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmore's mercy, promptly. One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
Oof. Big oofs.
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmore's army since before Vorthry's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin-Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmore chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
It is noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Yulmore has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Laxan Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia.
Uh-oh.
It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmore before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
Wait, is this the Minfilia?
Ah, of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Maren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He will be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right. Though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
Is the games? I feel like the games in voice was a bit low, so let's exit. Cabinet of Curiosity, less than 100 points landed off. We have a wolf dancing in the chat. The Cabinet of Curiosity. Let's see. Yes, if you are after books pertaining to the Warrior of Darkness, I'm afraid most are out of on loan at present. They are experiencing quite a surge in popularity. Oof. Oh, you wish to learn about the Oracle of Light? Then it will be my pleasure to assist. After I finish off some few upsetting tasks, that is, while I attend to them, perhaps you could fetch me a book. The illustrated tale of the Oracle of Light is called. It's intended for younger readers. It provides an excellent summary of the subject matter. And the artwork is quite lovely besides. I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone with an interest in learning about Minfilia. You must see for yourself. The book should be located on the level below. Should I say, for while there is a place for everything here. Not everything is always in its place. Despite my best efforts, in short, if a book is not where it should be, it will almost certainly be somewhere it shouldn't, so good luck. Oof. No book here. Just as Ice begin to blur, they finally come to us on a copy of the illustrated tale of the Oracle of Light. Found a book. We found a book. We found a book, yes. We found a book. Yes, this is the one. I hope it wasn't too difficult to track down. I'm happy to say I finished all my present tasks. If you want to call your friends, or we can begin learning at once. Without further ado, then it began 100 years when the flood of light threatened to swallow Northrend. Just as all seemed lost, a survivor appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance, a maiden with a hair of sprung gold and eyes of the clear sapphire. Not was known about her save that her name was Minfilia, and for delivering the realm, she came to be the reverend as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanquished without a trace, but 15 years later her name would unexpectedly reappear in the annals of history. When Sin Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Warbird, a young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. One with hair of sprung gold and eyes of clear sapphire. She was hailed as the Oracle Reborn and came to likewise be called Minfilia. Enlisting in the Yulmar's Yulmaran army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless Sin Eaters. Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Yet with her dying breath, she whispered unto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And true to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed self-same eyes, the self-same hair, and those same powers. She too took the name Minfilia. She too fought Sin Eaters as a soldier of Yulmar, and she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day. Interesting. And that concludes the tale. By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Northrend on numerous occasions. And were it not for them, we might never have learned of the Light Wardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some perhaps. The truth is rather less simple. Through the Oracle is reborn with certain common traits. She does not inherit the memories of the or the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All of the Minfilia thus far were discovered as ordinary girls unversed in the ways of war and ignorant of power they harbored. While some embraced her fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not. All were made to face the Sin Eaters, and all died to keep our hopes alive. Oof. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia? So it's found by the human army some 10 years ago and taken into the care, or rather their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name, for by that time, under Lord Belfry's rule, Yulmar had already abandoned resistance in favor of the decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight, a potential threat to the peace, and so they kept her under lock and key. Oh, for a long while we heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it was in Yulmar's best interest for her to remain under their control. But then 3 years ago, a client soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Indeed, well, I believe we now have a good grasp of Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time, Moen. Might I trouble you for a word outside? Oop. I have a new cake. A sword. The entire until like the last few 20 seconds, not 20 seconds, 20 minutes or 15 minutes left of it or so. It does look good. As you have already surmised, the Garlean soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our own dear Tancred. Ooh. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as a high-dwelling emissary to hold the flood of light. Could only be her that the people of the first witnessed 100 years ago. Original Oracle of Light. And happening is gonna be effect Final Fantasy X team. The big bulk of the expense will be Final Fantasy 4, and I think the rate is gonna be Final Fantasy 7. Okay, nice. Yeah, I just had to remember the what is called the Roman numbers. Did I say 7 or 2? Oof. Well, I mean 2. I do know that this is 7. So my bad. Oof. Gonna be heard that the people of the first witnessed 100 years ago the original Oracle of Light. But well, there's plainly some connections between the woman we knew and her namesakes. The fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean they are not the same person. Tancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, Tancred we know would not forsake his charge. If she has been captured, we may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in your roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. It just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Hydra lens blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right? Warrior of Darkness. Quite. Once generally been enough. But fine. Off. Off, 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 off. I see you made up your minds. Actually, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First to report, our scouts have confirmed that the Yulmor's forces at Laxan Loft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but we can be certain they will move her to Yulmor ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we mean to act, we should do so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. Ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the people of Crystarium. Off. I don't trust him either.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength, you may well succeed. But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary.
Very
It was
chill.
not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you.
I smell chocolate cake downstairs.
My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all. As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmor a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmor. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years. Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrand deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
war's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do, we will.
We will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Castarian was built for? We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
Oof.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxan Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmor's ultimatum.
Here.
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
And there you have it. If Yulmor wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air. Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. See to your preparations.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
So you will be joining the guard, but however highly the Eorzea thinks of you, you will not receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? Where's your salute, soldier? better, more spirit than the hierarch's feeble attempts, certainly. Now, first things first, you need uniforms. Go to the crystalline mean and report to Catalyst. She will see you measured and fitted. Let's see. It's up there. The crystal mean green unseen.
Come here. Come here, laddie.
Thanks for the follow. Battle. How are you doing today? And that's the last of them. Your friends are being measured as we speak. Right this way, we will see to it. You look your dashing best for your first outswing. Off. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Then I'll have a look at those numbers. I see. How close it? So, Captain, I'm afraid we don't have anything on hand that really fit. We do have a few that are fairly close. We should be able to make them work with some minor adjustments. Very well then. See to it and have the uniforms delivered directly to the field. Shall take this opportunity to brief you on the mission. As mentioned earlier, we will deploy a marrow to shatter dream powder from the air. Once the powder takes effect, an elite unit will storm the fortress to rescue the Oracle. A safe liberation is our sole objective. Engagement is to be avoided wherever possible. I assume we are part of such unit? Correct. The unit will be divided into two contingents. One deploying from Fort Job and the other from Austral Imperative. You and Avenel will join the former. Meanwhile, you will join the latter with me. Attila!
Welcome to the family, son.
Thanks for the 4 months resub. Yeah, have some slander hearts in return. How are you doing, Attila? Well, proceed to your positions. You are to report to Casamil at Sprague. Is still working. Oof. Isn't that like 9:30 for you? Half 8. Oof. Rip. 2 hours today so far. Oh, rip. When do you think you are getting off work then? She will issue you with a serum to ward off the effects of the dream powder. 20 minutes or so. Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Still, that's a long day if it's 8:30. We shall be on our way then. Take care, my friend, and we will see you in the field. nature of my job, unfortunately. Oof. Is it because of the COVID, or was it like that before as well? No worries, no worries if you're gonna look. And I will say pretty much thanks for that and the resub. It's quite far to the imperative, so you may make use of an MMORPG from the rookery after you collected the serum, of course. Let's see. How do I get up there? Oh, it was weird. Oh wait, no. Get in here. Yes, reader, is this something you need? Oh, one of the guard count for your drama. Are you? Hey, those objects will keep your family in the waking world, but your enemies off in dreamland. Now, if this is your first time, I should warn you, it's bitter as sin. Prince kiss, they call it, but if you ask me, it should be crown's kiss. So funny. Just just decide, and the stuff really is foul. Most people gag like there's no tomorrow, but if you don't drain every last drop, you're liable to end up taking a trip to Dreamland yourself. So I must ask you to drink here and now while I watch. Come on, give the old crone a kiss. Oh. Well done, sweetie. I'm proud of you. Why? If I didn't know any better, I did even so you enjoyed it. Now you weren't. And you didn't fear falling asleep on the battlefield. Just have care you don't lose any limbs out there, alright? They don't tend to grow back. As far as I know, they don't. Is it right out here? It is. Whoop. Yes, what do you require of me? An arrow to take you to the imperative. As much as I would like to apply all our amounts of reserve for this coming operation, I feel you will have to go by foot. But wait, there might be another way, assuming you're willing to lend a hand. Oof. Oh, we're getting an Aether current I was about to deliver an MMO to Red Discast round. One of the locations when the beast will fly for the operation. Tower lies along the route to the imperative. If near enough is good enough for you, you may make the delivery in my stead. Oh, very good. It's already the MRO for departure at once. Let's see. Where this cast round is to the north and west. You can take the road, or you can fly. It's up to you. Upon arriving, make yourself known to the sentry and she will give you further instructions. If you should become separated from the marrow, where or not the beasts are trained to return to the walkery, that is all go well. Oh. Whee! Bow, 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 bow. So this is where we are supposed to be, and we can take this one as well. Yay! Secret seem they might just escape to mount the armor on the right. Oh, Oof. I think that is what's less. God damn it. Hop to up. So I think this is the area we need to like check at. I guess we'll find out now. Yeah, with this quest. Are you delivering that armor to us? Yes. In fact, there's been a change of plans. We already have all the base we require here. So this one is to go to the imperative to the west. This is it to the handler on duty. Sadly went through. If you encounter trouble on the way, return here and I'll set you right advice. Bow, 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 bow. Oh. Alas, Amaro, my thanks, friend. You may leave the beast with me. Let's quickly get up here and take this one. Check this current. What? Let's see how the current stuff is going at the moment. Could have been much worse, I think. Say I don't. Say I don't believe I know you. Did you join the guard recently? Huh, so that is the way of it. Well, you managed to arrive, but that's all that matters in the end. But you, welcome to the Ostel Imperative. One of our key strongholds in Lakeland. The first thing you will want to do is to report to the captain of at the lookout across the way. Where's the chair mount? There it is. Let's get the teleport crystal thingy here. So it seems that rather than the... Oops. So it seems rather than the Amaro delivering you deliver the Amaro. I will not thank you. I expect all my soldiers to make themselves useful. Speaking of which, I have a task for you. Let's see if this weapon is better than what I have at the moment. It is. Hooah. Beautiful. In readiness for the operation, the Amaro will need to be treated with the same as us. As you know, however, it is not pleasant. In order to coax them into taking it, we have splintered it on the fodder. All that remains is to feed it to them. a task I'm sure you will enjoy. Fetch the fodder from the Emerald launch and see to 4 of the beasts. Dismissed. A beast. That's it. Oh! Whee! Meow. No. Let's see. Treated fodder. Buddha thingy. So let's feed the birds. Yeah, nom. There is one bird. Do 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 do. Quee. My vote, quick. And we got a quest up here. I think this is probably the last, maybe the second last. Yeah. I just want to make sure I have those in case we actually once we're close by. And memorials. Oh. Eat food. Back to the captain. The Emerald Fat. Yes. Good, the rest have already been done, so we need not fear any of our mounts squabbling into the dream powder. All units have now entered the final stages of the preparation. The time is niche. Make ready and wait deployment, or send your uniform along as soon as it arrives. This is all. May night smile upon us. So the question is the guard up there, or is it all the way up there? Not the guard, the scout. He's probably all the way up there. I lige måde, Wolf. Kan du sove godt? All the way to the top we are going, it seems. The operation is about to commence. Stand ready. During the operation, some of your gear will be glamored. Your attributes and abilities will be unaffected. Proceed.
Keep moving.
Oh, that's voice acting. Yay.
What now?
Little Moran. Skeleton.
The Crystarium at a guess. Desperate fools. It'll take more than a handful of overgrown lizards to ground us.
Sleepy time.
Captain, the powder has taken effect.
It is time. Let us free the Oracle from their clutches.
Whee! Time to attack. Item level has been synced to 395. Okay. Oh, I love the new ability. Only used it once and I already love it. Get the healer down. Get that shot on the healer over there.
Let's give them a shot!
Pew pew. It's relatively clear. Thank you. Are you from the Crystarium? Correct, we have come to rescue you. Your efforts made to the same specifications as Tendrits. Be ready to use them. Understood, please lead the way. Escape from... Let's rejoin the others and quit this place. All this trouble because of me, I'm so sorry. See if you apologize until we have escaped. It's quiet, too quiet. Said rent yet, this will not end well. Oof. Brazen thieves. You will regret coming here. You will regret facing me. Did I forget to put on the... I probably did. God damn it. And now it is just you and me. now does this... Okay, it was a push. Uh-oh. Nu är det fully.
You, boy. You bear a striking resemblance to the artist my master seeks. By all means, keep your counsel. You will all have ample time to confess your crimes back in Yulmore. So, you are the wretch who stole her from us. And what if I am? What? Pathetic. Vermin such as you are not worthy of the Oracle.
Off.
Break! Fool! You would see your city razed.
I would sooner see it razed than conquered. Suffice it to say, we are ready to receive you.
What now, Exarch? Will you face me yourself?
I think not, General. I've quite exhausted my tricks. If you mean to give chase, I will not stand in your way. But you would do well to tread warily, for your quarry goes to a place where even Yulnor dare not bear its steel. Mheg, the Faerie Kingdom.
Think that mountain of indolence still had the energy to unleash his hounds. Even the most pointless of conflicts may alter a world's course. And now the plan has gone awry. But how? How did the so-called Crystal Exarch bring the hero of the Source to the First? As if I didn't have enough on my hands already. Then again, with a soul such as that, mayhap there is another way. One which does not require bloodshed.
Not so long ago, here in the shadow of the northern ranges, lay the great kingdom of Verbert. A nation with a proud history that the Sin Eaters cut short, just like all the rest. Since that time, these lands have become a haven for Fae folk. Dreamers frolicking amidst the ruins of a forgotten realm.
We should be safe enough here. It's good to see you again, my friends. I don't know about you, but it feels like years since last we met. 5 of them in my case.
Why, it only feels like 1 to me, but long enough to warrant a more convivial reunion either way. What brought you to Laxan Loft?
The girl, Minfilia, she and I were traveling together, hunting Sin Eaters. But as we were nearing Lakeland, she abruptly ran off on her own. I found her too late to stop the Yulmorans from taking her prisoner. And as I was considering rescue options, I observed that the Crystarium was on the move. So I consulted the Exarch, who apprised me of the details of the operation and issued me certain instructions. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I was to see you all safely to Mheg. And here we are.
Eorzea has called this place home for a while now. Yet we have never called upon him, I am ashamed to say. 'Twas only at the Crystarium that we met.
Hardly surprising. This is not the sort of place one visits on a whim. Happily, having trespassed on Eorzea's hospitality for a spell, Minfilia and I have an idea of how things work around here. Sooner or later, the Ilmorans will come after us. But before they do, the Exarch bids us accomplish two things. First, rendezvous with Eorzea. And second, eliminate the Light Warden of this land.
So, Minfilia. What made you leave Thancred behind, if you don't mind me asking?
You. The hero from another world. I was asleep when I felt it. A presence. Someone I was meant to meet. They were close and I knew I had to go to them. But with all the commotion in Lakeland, I was afraid that Thancred wouldn't let me.
And would I have been wrong? Had I arrived a moment later, you would be back in your cell in Yulmore. And now we have Ranjit snapping at our heels. You really have outdone yourself this time.
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, poor thing being scolded so.
Who said that? Show yourselves.
Come now, put away that frown and have some fun with us. Yes, let's have some fun. Lots and lots of fun.
Which way was it to Eorzea's?
We've been there so many times, but I can't. Why can't I remember?
Damn it all. We're already caught in their spell.
Off. If Ingmeg is the fairy killer endnu, and as one might expect, it is home to the Fae folk. Here on the VEOUI. What is that? What is that? Most prominent among them are the pixies, who have a penchant for making mischief. Use powerful illusions to place fix on all who venture into the domain. By way of an example, they can make a familiar path seem utterly unfamiliar, and lead you to believe you are somewhere you're not to. And we are now. I am sorry. Entirely at their mercy. Thancred is trying to think his way out of the present, but it's strange we cannot hope to find the way to Eorzea. For that we must convince the pixies to lift the spell. From what I could make of the voices, the creatures want to play with us. If that is the case, they should permit us to find the village Ludwig. Kom, Have a sneaking suspicion this path will lead us directly to the into the mist. Oh. Oof. Whee! Come on. It's gonna be stacked wood. Well, here we are, yet the pixels are nowhere to be seen. Knowing them, the games have already begun. In which case... Warrior of Darkness, that... Oh. Looking Grass is his name. So-called... Looking Grass is his name, so-called, because it can be used to swap pixies. Believe it or not, I will explain how I know all of this later. First, I need you to help me find some. Or if a voice calls to you, under no circumstances should you respond. You will only subject yourself to further mischief. Can I use this one at the moment? I can. Let's see. You search the scrub but find nothing resembling Looking Grass. Suddenly a voice rings out. What is it you seek, child? Perhaps I can help you find it. As another plan, and being the kindly pixie that I am, I shall take you to it. Just close your eyes and focus on my voice. Set your mind adrift and together.
Slender dance, this is what we really want. Slender dance, we need you to do this now. Slender dance, we need to do this now.
Hello, babe. Close your eyes and focus on my voice. Set your mind adrift. And together we shall go to ends of the realm. The body begins to feel heavy. Is it over there then? Oh. acting. How are you doing, babe? If I want appears to be looking grass on earrings. Oi, a visitor, where are you from? Page Dequisterium. What is that? Where is that? When is that? In your dreams, perhaps? Get all about that place, for Yingling. Ming is your home now, today, tomorrow, and forevermore. Your body begins to feel heavy. Oh. Off. Set in a little. Oh, nom. Take your match. I tell you, you met with some troubles. Apology for subjecting you to that. I assume from your presence that you managed to find out some looking grudge. Yes. As this is stuff thus armed, we should be able to see through the pixels' veil of invincibility. And seeing them is the first step to dealing with them. Come, let's get around and put your engineers to the which you could use.
Farasitha, Krakleath.
No, we're found! How did this mortal know our trick?
Wait, I recognize their souls. These two have been here before.
Look, twins! How adorable!
Oh!
Lee, with us!
We have neither the time nor inclination to play. We have come to see Urianger.
Oh yes, Urianger, the peculiar one. In return for a place in Mheg, he agreed to a riddle contest with us for 7 days and 7 nights without any sleep.
Oh, that was so much fun! We must do it again!
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Shall we?
Should we?
Would we?
What now?
I don't know, but this is their home, so we must indulge them.
Right, we've made up our minds. We will lift our spell on one condition, that you first lend us a helping hand, or 2, or 3. Once you've helped solve all of our troubles, we'll let you see Urianger, Pixie's honor.
Well, there you have it. Pixie chores. I suggest we split up.
Quest complete. Rian's request. Oh, look at me, I have a task for you. It's our beloved village and we want it to look lovely, and it can't look lovely without flowers blooming, and no, flowers blooming lovelier than ever blooms. So here are some everbloom seeds. Take them and sow them in here, there, and everywhere around the village. Simple as a dimple. Yes. Oh. I'm so hungry, I may faint. Fruit, a little food will set me all alright. Go and fetch some for me. Just outside the village you'll find a hill. Look, 2 great bell trees grow there. If you give them a shake, you should end up the 3 circular burdens. Up. Whee! Help me, I beg you. My friend has gone to Liran. Place which we must never ever set foot in. Thought about giving chase, but I'm scared I will run into that thing. But you're a big brave woman, you're not scared of such things, are you? So please find and bring back my friend. Ken Griff is their name, and if you hurry, you might catch them before they get to some weird area. Let's see. Everbloom seeds. Oops. Let's see. How much flowers are you? They will make this house look so much lovelier. There used to be a city of mortals here, a great big bursting place called Bahamut or Brewwood or some such. But then eaters came and everyone disappeared. Since then we pixies have been living here and giving the old houses our touch. Lovely, don't you think? Let's see. That might be the tree thing. Oh no, that's the Ada Alta. Ada. Oof, I can't speak again today. The current quest. And you wanna run just friends your business with me? Well, that's all well and good, but when someone tells me not to do something, it only makes me want to do it more. Yeah, no one can stop me. Off. Get less of your warning. Continue. Can craft continues in the direction of Slanderman. Find them again, perhaps we can still convince them to turn back. With the chat and say use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter into call out to a willful pixie. Squeal, squeal. So your bear speak is a bit weird. The creature seems you see no signs of can give you send yourself to bearing the bad news, bad to look in. Is there any northeast 20 meters? 200 grams. To east, that's this way. Let's see if we're lucky. Let's see. So I will do this. Okay. Oh, I can't wait for the flowers to bloom. Perhaps I'll make pretty curtains out of them. Off. Other sequence thirst for kindness. Mortar, hear my plea. Our precious children are thirsty, and I need you to bring them water. Who are our children, you ask? Why, they are the leaf men you see standing about our village. Adorable, aren't they? Now you need to go to Longmirror Lake to draw the water. Once you have it, see that our children have a good drinking. I'll be warned. The Furent make their home in the lake. They tend to play rough, so have care. What is this? City. Oh, a spider drone. Or is it a frog? Oh, a beetle. Okay, I will continue the quest. You're done sowing the seeds. Thank you. This will help Ludha Liran live up to its name. Which means flower house, in case you weren't aware. Oh. You weren't always here, you know. You used to live deep in a lost forest. It was beautiful beyond compare, but almost all of it was swallowed up by the light. For a while we roamed, but eventually we found a place that men had abandoned. Together with our fellow Fae folk, we decided to make it our new home. The land of everlasting spring. This is our home, and it could be yours too, forever, ever, and ever. And ever! Oh. New gear. Off. Yes, here is the bell fruit. Oh, no. Oh, thank you so much. You saved me. You saved me from my boredom. You should have seen the look on your face when the box came down. You have done me a great service, mortal. If there's one thing we pixels are serious about, it's about having fun. Dull and painful things. Hate them. Sin eaters are dull and painful both, so we hate them especially. You mortals try to fight those monstrosities, but there's no fun in that. Best to avoid them altogether, we say. It's so happy. I got the current quest over here. But against your warning, they went to where you found a strange animal. Then the trails were true. Oh, Kenko, why didn't you listen? Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't assume the worst yet. Maybe there's still hope. I just need to stay calm and think things through. Let's see. Let's use this. New item. Draw water from the long mirror lake. Onwards, Slanderman. northwest. Uh-oh, we got a kitty following us. A leaf man? And one more up here. Give the water to the leaf man. Oh. We've given water to our children. Thank you ever so much. They are all very dear to us. They wandered into Ilming stray mortals, but we grew attracted to them and decided to take them in. You and yours would have been our children too, but the enchantment didn't catch as well as we did hope. It's never too late, of course. Oof. Until the truth. Right over here. How goes it? So a mix of mineral chase and pranks. This pretty much sums up my own experience. They have no troubles worthy of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. Yet whenever I inquire how much more there is to be done, the answer is ever the same, a little. Do they have any intention of releasing us in the near future? When Ninja once told me a story about the pixies. They are born from the souls of those who died as children, or so it's believed. So they don't have memories of their previous lives. The desire to have fun remains imprinted on the souls. So they live only to play, keeping hapless mortals for their pleasure for years on end, sometimes even until death. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon literature examining a similar subject. So was likened to the core that resides in the aether, and its presence is what differentiates us from such beings as sprites and arcane entities. Upon death, said core ordinarily, really. Dissipates along Sorry, the aether, decomposed flesh. However, it may be held together and bound to the corporeal realm, either by the will of its owner or by means of certain arts. In time, soul may regather either unto itself to assume another form or find newly emerged life enriched too by pixies. Maybe one such instance of this. If ghosts are merely souls without bodies, what does that make us? I think you'll become that which you fear most, dearest brother. Oof. Alright, the pixies may have come into being if we leave them to judge in their sacrifice. They will never be satisfied. Hey, we must negotiate new terms with the creatures. Where to begin? It seems to me we would need at least one among them to sympathize with us. In the course of your course, did any of you encounter a pixie who seemed even fairly amenable to reason? You do my course, yes. So I want to click this because, but magic knew of pistol from before. Not only are you acquainted, but you entered into a pact. You might have mentioned this sooner. At any rate, I dare to hope this will offer us a way out. Without further delay, then summon this Faerie, if you please. Chat mode and say you should vote. Okay. Is it? Okay. Too far away. Ah, game. Slandy. I voice things out in your mind. So my setting is finally remembered about a lovely branch. But with such a half-hearted call, she may as well love me off and cast me aside. I have no acceptance. Let's see. Please, Faerie, I need you. Please come to me. Is that your idea of a fervent call? Sudden luck could do it with more fire. Okay, let's try again then. Oh, love list of branches. Please gain me your... Please gain me your... Yes, we got it. Silly game.
You're late! Late! I've been waiting for you to
summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting.
Oof.
But my sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing she is. Cold and cruel and heartless!
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Oof.
All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke.
But just now you called for me so earnestly, so fervently. I couldn't possibly stay angry at you. Very well. As your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Theo the mold Theo. It's been too long.
Not long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself.
Oof.
Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, she will never be yours. Never, never, ever!
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No, you can't keep them either. They're for my amusement and mine alone. And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of her bag all over your precious village. There'll be cold, hard metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible, unmentionable things. How would you like that?
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see Eorzea?
Aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
It seems we won't be joining you.
We'll reveal the hidden Vernick to you at once.
Oh.
So this is the true Mheg.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the delay. Shall we go and see Eorzea?
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
So Atheno and Elias stakes, let us be quickly will be ashamed to return only to find that they have been made to play one game too many. Now the place you seek is the abandoned manor of a nobleman and a scholar. The bookman's shelf is called after the fellow's vast collection of tombs and agreeable habitat for our friend. I'm sure you will agree. follow the path north. We should soon find a place. Come along. Noob Cake, is that a giant mouse you are riding on? A pig mouse. Pig mouse. It's not a pet cat. It's a pig mouse. Okay, onwards. Whee! Here we are, at long last. Give you one gentle angel humble abode. Come, let's see if he's home.
Urianger, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends her way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon. Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
Whee!
Run along, Minfilia. We will meet you outside.
But...
Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already? That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore. Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th Umbral Calamity. As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald. So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful ilm at first, then yalm by yalm, and malm by malm in time. Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile: Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed. For spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil. To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee. An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th Umbral Calamity which I did behold. No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy. To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency. Come. Dost thou recognize yonder chart? Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition. Astral, the active; umbral, the passive. As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral. Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. Yet 'twas only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings. Should such a weapon be unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
we would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity. Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged. We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Dohn Mheg. Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Eorzea, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake. To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation. Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
I'm sure that's true. My friend here speaks of the task at hand. There is a question I will pose to thee. What things through of mine appearance. Take out astrology. Did you lose faith and didn't we recognize you at first? Oh. Indeed. So the night be lost behind the shroud, blinding light out not, but the stars shine still. I have chosen to avail myself of the guidance that I might navigate the sea of uncertainty that stretched before us. For a blessing, my superior studies of astrology did provide me with adequate grounding in the art. But enough of myself. Let's speak of our task. Did I mention if we are to enter Lugi, we must needs gain the Pixies' cooperation. This is a simple matter of presenting unto them a suitable gift. I shall procure a selection of viands that shall please their palates. Tanquid praises me in this endeavor. Meanwhile, I bid thee obtain that which will please their eyes. In these parts there's a bitten a wild game, known for its beauteous wings, the hawker. I shall lend thee a receptacle within which thou must capture a weakened specimen. What we go? Let's see. To the northeast. Yeah. So, return. What, weren't you able to capture a hawker? Truly magnificent set of wings. To treat them at once to make fast vibrant colors. Tangent to should return anon. Upon which I shall ready all of the items for presentation. I take then ease meanwhile. Bow, bow, bow.
'Tis done. The Pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts. Ah, lest I forget. White Aurosite, newly forged for thy use. Our mission being to thwart a rejoining, we will most assuredly cross paths with those who crave the contrary, our eternal enemies. Thus did I choose to abide in this ether-rich land, the better to fashion a trap for the Ascian's essence.
May I come in now?
You may indeed, assuming you've finished.
I did as you asked.
That's my girl, thank you. I should probably explain. Though my body remained behind in the source, its limitations saw fit to accompany me. Which is to say, I cannot manipulate ether. I took up the gunblade for its defensive advantages, but on account of my little impairment, I cannot imbue the ammunition myself. Luckily for me, Minfilia has quite a talent for it.
Minfilia, once we set forth, we are not like to return for some while. If thou wouldst choose tomes to take with thee, let it be now.
Really? May I?
Of course, my dear. Yet have care thou dost not add overmuch to thy burden, lest I incur Thancred's ire. Hast thou spoken to her of thine encounter with the Minfilia of Eld?
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any. As you know, I freed young Minfilia from captivity in Yulmore some 3 years past. Not long after, the two of us journeyed to the south of Armareng, to the edge of the Empty, where the flood was halted. 'Twas there that she awakened. The Minfilia of old. My Minfilia.
Tell me, what must I do to bring you back?
My dearest Thancred, as I am now, I am no different from an Ascian. This child is but a vessel. One of many I have used that I might spread word of her enduring blessing and preserve the flame of hope. In my name, each has died, never having lived her own life. I have taken enough from these children. I will take no more.
But what of your suffering? Your sacrifice? This isn't fair! I will not stand for it. I cannot! There must be something we can do. Tell me!
Should the day come when this child grows weary of fighting and wishes to cast it all aside, then shall I take up her burden. But should she wish instead to become the master of her own destiny, then shall I bequeath to her my all. Imbued with the strength that I reserve for rebirth, she may come to wield my powers as her own.
And what of my wishes? What of Flamine's? What of all the people who love and care for you and want nothing more than to see you again?
It is not their decision to make. It is hers. This child's. This Minfilia's. You have ever watched over me, Thancred. Now I ask that you do the same for her. Protect her. Teach her. Stand by her as you stood by me. There is much and more she does not know. She needs a guide to show her the ways of the world, or she will never find her own path. When the time comes, you will find me here. Until that day.
Minfilia, wait!
What happened?
And then she was gone. Minfilia, the girl, claims to have no recollection of any of it. I have told her many things. Where we came from, what we fight for. But of that day, I have not spoken.
With the coming of another possessed of the blessing of light, the first hath begun to rise up in defiance of its fate. The question remaineth, however, who shall take up the flame of hope which Minfilia hath borne for so long? Whether we will it or no, the choice must soon be made.
I'm sorry I took so long. It was so hard to choose. In the end, I settled on just the one.
That is well. Now, if all is in order, let us set forth for Lida Loran.
Oh. And I expect you all back so soon. We had scattered begun playing with the twins. They said your gifts are truly wonderful. Let me tell you, the milk and honey and biscuits spoon us today, and the rings are lovely are the loveliest we've ever seen. Done us a great kindness, and it's a fair custom to return the gesture. If you desire anything of us, you need, but name it. Is there a bee in a vase? The key to the castle. So what is it that you desire? Rusty old coins like you mortals? God damn it. What a strange thing to whisper. Might as well ask for your death. But if that is what you want, what are we to agree? Argue? Argue? Oh well, I shall speak with the others. You've clearly been busy, you and you. You'll be so kind. Let's tell her what we have missed. So that was the purpose of the gifts. Is there anything you can tell us about this Light Warden? Emanated by the circumstances most tragic, the Light Warden of this land is our king and ruler, Titania. It was not always so, of course. Our king fought the first Light Warden that threatened our home. She fought it and won. But all the horrible light that came out went and corrupted them, turning them into a new Light Warden. Now there. King only in name, nothing remains of the wise and just ruler that he used to be. He had no choice but to seal them in the castle. That magic trick for breaking the seal we divided into 4 and wove each into a different relic to be kept apart until the time was right. And this dress is one of them. It's been in our safekeeping for years and years. And we decided to entrust it to you. Yay, are you sure? Of course, custom demands it. So you're most certainly going to your death. It's what we should at least let you try. That way we get to watch what happens. Off. Of course you can't break the seal unless you have the other relics too. Cell crown is with the Ferrantis. Stone scepter is with Numo, and the crystal shoes are with the Amaro. Good luck finding them all. The facts thus disclosed confirm my own understanding. Our quest lies now before us. First let us here to the lake there to claim the crown from the Furant. If we call to them before the untouchable gate, they will answer. Key to the castle. And on we go. Evolo! Untouchable gate. Hearken to me, O spirits of the water, we come with an entreaty. I didn't talk active mode apparently. I'm not exactly sure how the gate works, but if the fjord or water space passage should take our search into the lake. So I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt. Oh no, Tancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfilia? I can swim well enough. Tancred taught me. Excellent. What about you? I'm not even sure I ever asked. I didn't swim. I hope it would be more expeditious to walk upon the surface by means of magic. This should be a kindred spirit. Fair enough, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, and I'd be more than happy to share them with you. Together we shall conquer the waves. Well, can be a lively lot. You have an entreaty for us, you say. An entreaty from mortals, what a treat. Right, my comments are on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would humbly beg the loan of the shield crown, which we are given to understand is in safekeeping of your people. Oh, is that all? Of course, you may have it. You shall have it. Just like that. What do you want from us? No need to be so suspicious. The crown symbol doesn't mean much to us, is all. As a matter of fact, nothing means much to us. But we found it's over before it began. And we couldn't care less what becomes of the Faerie king, nor for the world the matter. Having said that, we do so seldom have mortal visitors, it would seem a shame not to make the most of you. Touch the untouchable gate and come enter to our domain. Dohn Mheg. In your tongue, it means for forbidden realm. Sounds forbidding, yes. And so it should. But we are one with the water, our home, worth of ripples and waves and currents. Find your way through, give us thrilling sport, and we give you the crown. Whee! So we got 10 crit.
My strength is yours.
Our fates are not yet sealed.
Oracle of Light. Let's see. What are thoughts on the announcements yesterday? Slain. I like it pretty much, and I must admit that the Sage class they announced actually looks pretty interesting too. So I'm pretty excited for it. Just trying to get to the all the story stuff before it. But how are you doing? Is everything well? I'm excited to fight Anima. I was so pumped when I said that. As I have no clue who that is, because I only played 14, sadly. But I did see everyone was excited for that in the chat. Good progressing all the information. He gets to 5 of my excitement. That as well. That as well. Oh, nice. Let's see. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Playing on Omega. So is New Cake. Is that NA server? NA data center, okay. I had my thoughts. Oh, nice. Oh. I don't even have a house in the game yet. I'm still playing through the main story stuff. Can't remember if it was last week or last week again. I completed the Stormblood. So I will visit the free company soon. Nope. I promise. And let's get this one down.
Now I've got you.
Oh. Is that a frog? Or is it just a lizard? So oh, stop watching the chat, Slandy. Oh, okay, that is like a survive phase. Oh. That won't be able before the new expansion, will it? Oh, now oh, god damn it. Okay, I think I know how that works now. Oh. Miss for life. Oh, rip. Wrong one. Okay, I have no clue how that works. I have an apartment in my house in the same thing. Oh, oh. Glowing puddle. But they all were glowing. Not easy being me, apparently. Oh. Onwards, my friend. I might just be too tired at the moment. It's also past midnight. Oh. No. Uh-oh. Fighting bees. Alrighty. Oh, a small treasure. Whoop whoop, the ring of healing. Oh, this way. Let's see. Welcome back. Let's hope it did. My only solution is putting armor, PlayStation, internet, and then get kicked off. Oh no!
More I bring to bear.
Let's not do that. Oh, do I take this one first? Okay, seems like I do. Yay! Okay. Get dot on as well. So 22 seconds on the dot. Poor me. Off. Right at the throne room. Welcome to our humble palace. The Shield Crown. It's a fake. Oh. Is the dot even... Should I put it on doing AoE as well? Like now and then continue afterwards? Guess I could. Or is that just too much downtime? No, only bosses in dungeons. Okay. Because I'm still a returner. Nice! Oh. Water balloon. Oh, there were still two. I actually got a question, Naoki. Since you have this on PlayStation as well, do you share your account on both PlayStation and PC then? Or are those separate accounts? Yes, technically no. I personally do, but you have to buy a license for every expensive. Oh, okay. Okay. The frog man. Oh! A bloop. A bloop. Pin away from him when he has eyes on. Oh, come on, Landy, stop trading. Get this. Get the dot on. Oh, I actually don't have that. Ah! Landy! How do I find it? General lemon break. We did it! I leveled up! Whee! Oh. Pair of fade knuckles. Oof. Well, we did get something new.
Wilford!
Jolly good show.
Oh, you do not hold back. but I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Of course! Of course! There it is, the relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes. Ah, but you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
More! I want to see more of her! Yes! Yes! I could watch her forever!
Why don't we just make her one of us? Yes! One of us! 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 One of us!
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
Oh no.
Wake up! Wake up, damn you!
Ah, you're alive. Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can. I'm sure you had your reasons, but the first rule of dealing with the Fwath is do not deal with the Fwath. It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned. Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect. That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there. It's seen better days. They were a stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people. It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains.
Thanks, Bade.
So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside. All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember. Everything we did. Everything we gave. What was it for? I wonder. I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
Oh, there's a ether current. Why are they bleeding? Nope. I'm going back in. Emulate a soul as you are. You would only endanger themselves. Yourself. There's nothing where we looked. No. You guys were not for servants present, but I need not live at a point. I am glad to see you safe and well, my friend. Have you any idea how worried we were? To wash up on the shore only to find you weren't with us. Oh, but I'm forgetting. Yes, you can. Your Majesty. Spirit kept that part of the bargain list. Well, there are certain twists and turns. Our work here is done, and with everyone, nonetheless, worse for. With everyone none the worse for witness. Oh, thank God. Goodness, you are still here. Is something amiss? Great big mob of mortals is smashed into Ilming. Mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. Uh-oh. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they? Either the reverse, I fear. Julmarian army at a guess. I mean, we can play with them. As much as you like, but just to be sure, I will return with you to confirm their identities. They are who is suspect we will require your aid. If Atheno is coming, then Alicia will be too. Yes, can't have one without the other, you know. Alright, just remember, we are not your playmates this time. I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the Wellicant in your hands. Did you have? Well, then, see you afterwards, my friend. I actually think we will end here now. Maybe we should pick up this quest here, just to be sure we have it. Our enemies has a person time as we must need accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Of two remaining bearers, to relax there no more are the near. We shall seek them out next. Among the Fae folk, they bear the distanciation of having a bitter in these lands since before the flood. They are also the friendliest to men and have served me faithfully. Whensoever I have called upon them, indeed they are here. They are the source of much of the knowledge I've acquired in my time here. The path leads us past my dwellings, led us away. But yeah, like I said here a few moments ago, this will be the end. As I will have to get some sleeps. But first, let's see who is online that we can send you over to. Leeds is playing some The Walking Dead Season 2. I guess let's just refresh Twitch here just to make sure he's still online. He is, so we will wait lead sound. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. Thanks Battle for the follow, Attila for the 4 months resub, and Betos for the Slender Dance. And as yesterday, we will also end the stream on a Slender Dance.
Slender Dance, Slender Dance.
Goodbye.
This is what we really want. Slender Dance, Slender Dance. We need you to do this now. Slender Dance,
okay.
Slender Dance. We need to do this now.
You know, wouldn't hurt to try a heavier hand.
Yo, Jordan, cheers.